Okay, so we're getting down to the last pick here. On blue team, they have banned out Kassadin, Shyvana, and Mundo, all very, very strong characters right now. Definitely worth throwing a ban at. Purple team on the flip side has banned out Lee Sin, Thresh, and Riven. Again, perfectly fine bans. I would have expected to see an Annie ban over Thresh, though, simply because she is such a strong pick right now. Thresh is still worth a ban, though, if you don't trust your team not to get grabbed, or you're worried about the sort of tanky scaling utility that he offers. As far as picks, blue team has gone for what appears to be an Udyr jungle, support Leona, AD carry Vayne, mid Gragas, and top Jace. Purple team on the other side has gone for Nocturne jungle, Blitzcrank support, Ashe AD carry, mid Orianna, and top lane Renekton, which hasn't been locked in yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if he does go with that. As far as team comps and picks, I would have said that they didn't ban Annie. Annie is a much better version of Leona right now, in that you get similar sort of armor MR scaling from your E. You get similar levels of hard engage stun durations and everything, but you're much, much stronger early game. Contrary to popular belief, Leona actually isn't that good of a support until she hits level 6. That's when she starts really raking in the kills and just not letting you anywhere near the lane. Whereas Annie does that right from level 1, and 1 to 3 is sort of where she starts to spike a little bit. She also scales better into late game in terms of damage, and is a much safer pick because you can't just poke her out of viability like you can Leona. Vayne, still a strong pick, although not nearly as strong as she was a couple weeks ago before the initial nerfs. I haven't seen much Gragas done. His roam has been drastically reduced, but his damage is still intact. He has some quality of life changes. He's a fine pick, and I've seen him in a lot of tournaments. I personally don't like him, but that's just me not liking the champion, not anything to do towards his viability. Same with Jace, a little bit undervalued, but still a strong pick if you play it well. As far as overall team comp, I see purple side Nocturne, so that's indicating to me they really want to chase down targets hard engage, which is backed up by the Blitzcrank and the Ashe. Nocturne can be a very, very good delivery system for the Orianna ult, as well as Renekton to sort of peel the front line while Nocturne's busy diving. They have decent balance on both teams of engage and disengage. That being said, as far as pure CC hard engage assassination potential, purple team does have a bit of an edge. I would say, though, that this is going to boil down to more of a skill matchup. No team has a infinitely superior team comp. All of the lanes are more of a skill matchup than a hard counter, so it should be make for a pretty interesting match. And on that note, we have 2 minutes left on the delay. If anyone has questions about the team comps or meta in general, feel free to ask in the chat right now, seeing as we do have a couple extra minutes while this loads in. I see Fate saying that he never learned Gragas mid because it's ridiculously boring. I would actually agree. I find Gragas really, really boring. I know I played him a little bit when I was smurfing quite a lot, and he's a strong pick. He does very well. He has a very high skill cap to use to his fullest potential, but holy god, is it ever boring. It's like, okay, I'm being poked, I'll stand back. And then you throw a barrel, one-shot the wave, and try and scale up. Thoughts on Blitzcrank? Not worth picking. Thresh is a better Blitzcrank at the moment.
I think purple team has maybe a slight advantage because I mean Udyr is not going to catch that Ashe.
No, and that's what I was saying. Like as far as disengage and like balance of CC, purple team has so much.
Yeah, it's gonna come down to the Gragas barrel. I feel like the ult, you know, is he's gonna really need to knock Ashe back into the team for Udyr to be able to do anything.
Completely agree. And with the nerf on Gragas's Q, he's going to be a lot less able to safely poke. Anytime he tries to use his Q to like poke down an AD carry, and the attack speed slow on it is very, very potent. But being able to get that onto an AD carry right now is going to put him so much in harm's way as far as like the blitz grabs and everything.
Yeah, so if someone asked me my thoughts on Blitzcrank, I don't think he's that good.
No, I don't think he's worth picking. If you want someone with a grab, you pick Thresh.
I mean, he's just really good at lower levels because of the fact that just how strong repositioning is. Especially the fact that most people in lower levels, especially even in gold and low plats, people still don't know how to position correctly as AD. And if you get grabbed in a team fight, you get screwed. That's really why he has that's why he has such hidden strength. Is because because he can reposition you into his team.
Yeah,
But
repositions are absolutely amazing in all elos, but my argument is that Thresh does better damage, more CC, better early game, equally good late game, except for like okay the magic hook that just blindly grabs someone, but Thresh is just so much more stable power curve throughout the entire game
oh
that
yeah,
I just
yeah,
don't think
no.
there's ever a reason to pick Blitzcrank right now.
Yeah, no. I agree with you there, but Thresh brings way more to the table than Blitzcrank does. It's just the fact that there's like so much power like in that one spell that's the problem.
Yeah. And
That
I know that everyone was outraged when they nerfed the duration on the Fiddlestick Sphere and the Rammus Taunt. When you have a character geared around one spell completely that's so binary in nature, where either you land the taunt or the fear and you win that fight essentially, or you kill that target, or you don't. When it's so binary in nature, it either works or it doesn't. That's not really compelling gameplay, but it's hard to buff those champions or make them more interesting
oh yeah,
while
no,
that strength is in play.
yeah, it's kind of like Sona. Like I played I like played Sona like a week ago because like I was forced to support and I was like this is the most boring thing ever because like her auras don't do anything. Like they're like oh 4 magic resistant armor and like oh 9 movement speed.
Yeah, so
It's,
Sona.
it's like they're because like all her power is in crescendo. Like it's such a powerful spell that like
Yeah, and that's why Annie's so strong right now. It's literally
yeah
an Annie a crescendo at level 1 that's easier to hit and larger range.
yeah.
And then you combine that with meaningful defensive buffs and similar level of poke. Why would you ever pick her?
Yeah, I mean, any support is just broken. That's
Oh yeah.
just the fact of it.
I do like
Oh.
it though in that Karma is pretty much the strongest counter pick to it right now. And so that makes me actually able to play Karma support.
Mm.
A bunch of people were asking about Yasuo in the chat. I think that he has the potential to be very strong, but oh my god, he has such a high skill cap and is so easily punished. You make one mistake, you die.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
His kit
I
is so
played against him
overloaded
a few
though,
times
but
top.
doesn't make him OP.
Yeah. I mean, he snowballs really well because of the fact that you can punish people once you're ahead, but like you start off behind, and it's really hard to get ahead if the other player just plays smart.
Mhm.
Summoner's Rift.
Like the way you beat him in lane, like at least top lane, you just kind of go all in level 1.
Oh yeah, top lane
Because-
Yasuo's incredibly bad. His early
Yeah,
game is
I'm
not
just
worthwhile.
saying, just don't ever play top lane Yasuo because like you'll just get wrecked.
Yeah. And similar idea
Really?
to any, not necessarily bruiser, but any mid lane that can survive being all in, like a Gragas. What are you going to do as Yasuo? You walk in, he barrels you to the face, body slams you, and you die.
30 seconds.
Blue Sun's Q cooldowns also dependent on your attack speed, so Gragas actually might be a really good counter.
Oh yeah, you're gonna make his Q essentially worthless, and he can never get in range to do anything. You're able to spectate the game now, correct?
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
watching,
okay, perfect. As far as initial, actually, I need to line up all the roles because everyone complains if I forget.
Oh, jungle's already lined up for me. Oh my god, all the roles already lined up for me. It's nice.
I only had to switch one or two. Mid lane, we have Orianna running a Flask. I do not agree with that. Flask is a good item on really mana-hungry characters, but on Orianna, I would say just go the Doran's Ring. There's not really a reason to go that Flask. You want that little bit of tankiness if Gragas were to land and engage on you, and the mana regen from a properly used Doran Ring is very strong. We have a blue team invade coming out. I don't think they're going to get in onto this Orianna, though.
I'm actually questioning why she started with Sight Ward. Or Vision Ward. I don't know. I'm not really sure because they don't have like an E or like someone like an invisible gank or
Early
even
game
invisible
pink wards
mid
are
lane.
incredibly potent. Every single time I play mid, I buy very first back. I buy a pink ward and I use it on either our blue or red buff, and it lasts pretty much the entire game. It denies that counter jungling.
Oh yeah, no. I think it's a good. I see that a lot. Mid,
Purple team
that
coming
they
in
get,
through
like, they
here.
get the
Looks like
pink
he's going to
ward,
try and
they
steal
put it-
red, but he walks directly over a ward. Good early ward coming out from blue team to be able to catch that out, but their team needs to react to this if he's going to be able to steal this. Yeah, looks like he knows that he's caught out and he's just going to back out. That being said, though, Vayne having to leave is going to give Blitz and Ashe a really good chunk of experience, and I would be expecting them to abuse their early level 2 and early level 3 to try and land some sort of high burst engage here. Because Ashe actually does do quite a lot of poke burst early game. It's her mid and late game where her scaling just isn't quite there. She has great utility, she's a solid pick, but you don't pick her for damage.
Yeah, no.
You also need to be very careful when you're using your volley. You need to interlace it with auto attacks. Auto attack, volley, auto attack. Instead, it essentially triples the damage of it because you already have them slowed from it, and it's essentially an auto attack reset.
First blood.
Oh, okay, that was an early first blood top. No ganks involved there, so good job, Jace. I didn't actually get to see that.
Solid pick against Renekton, but the problem is that I feel like at this point, since Jace has been nerfed so hard, that Renekton is just better in team fights though.
Definitely, yes. I've actually encountered a lot of Jace mids recently. I don't know if it's because I play a lot of Victor and they think they can poke me out, but I don't know. They dominate lane, and then they're useless.
Yeah, he's just gotten nerfed. They nerfed his poke so hard.
Another
And he
gank
has to
coming in
go
here
on
mid.
the front line to do damage. So easy, like just to burst because he has no escapes.
Definitely. Oh, Leona goes in and... Oh. Looks like they're actually going to both get away. That's surprising. Oh, Ashe just barely
yeah,
turns around and
Ashe
walks
didn't do
directly
that.
into the Udyr stun. On a Blitzcrank like that, you really need to save your grabs. So when they try and pull in your AD carry like that, hold the grab, walk back into your turret, and then you can try and make a play with it. Because Ashe actually did get out, but she turned around to try and do like a volley combo or something and walked directly into Udyr. If Blitzcrank had his grab up at that point, you could have grabbed him into the turret, knocked him up, and probably got at least one kill.
I mean,
out
what
of it.
happened is he pulled a Leona to it.
Yeah, you don't pull a Leona.
Yeah, that was just a... That's mainly why most people take the Leona against Blitz, because if you pull the Leona, then you're just kind of giving him a free little E.
Exactly, he still has his E. You pull
Yeah.
Leona in, Leona then E's to your AD carry. Because your CC is then down, and she still gets exactly what she wants.
A little skirmish stop, Renekton forces the below summoners.
This mid lane here, Orianna is getting incredibly far ahead in farm. Gragas just seems to be leaving a lot of this up. And that's surprising, seeing as he has full health. It's not like Orianna's bullying him out. He just seems to be wasting all his mana to try and farm, rather than abusing his tankiness and his regen to get in there and last hit those with his auto attacks. This Nocturne ganking yet again, and it doesn't really turn into anything. If I were him, I'd say stop ganking. The ganks aren't working out for you. Go farm jungle. Go farm... Get farm somewhere, I don't care where.
Yeah, try again in early 6. Nocturne, I feel like Nocturne at level 6 is way stronger than Udyr at level 6, because Udyr
Definitely.
obviously doesn't have an ultimate. I would try just to get level 6, and then maybe try to counter gank as level 6, because you're going to be stronger than Udyr.
Someone mentioned in the chat that Gragas is not taking advantage of his strong level 1 and 3. That's definitely true. He's playing passive, he's farming. Alright, so Blitz is completely out of mana right now. That's the biggest issue I have with Blitzcrank. You miss one hook, you're half mana.
I mean, yeah, that they completely destroy his mana cost and everything.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
And that's why I only play Blitzcrank mid now. Leona going in here.
Oh.
I honestly would expect them to just turn around and fight this.
Yeah, they had the minions, you know.
Yeah, have to be careful. Minions win trades.
Yeah.
It's early game, neither of you really have items. Ashe is actually up at Doran's. So, they're going to outdamage you regardless, but they have like 8 minions there. They're going to be pounding away at you. If I were them, I would have waited for Udyr, because it looks like he is coming down here. Really good farm on Ashe, though, in comparison. I do not agree with that early pink ward. You're placing a pink ward in an area that you can't defend. Right now, you use pink wards as a bait for all intents and purposes. That being said, good pink wards coming out from the rest of the blue team. They did the red one that I always use personally as a mid laner, and they did the entrance to blue buff. That really keeps your jungle safe, and it provides a lot of global map global map pressure, and it lasts pretty much the entire game. No one's going to come up into your red buff and stand there for 5 auto attacks to clear it. Also, I completely lied though. That's not a pink ward on red buff. I'm blind. So I take back what I said. Still a good coverage of the...
That's a good because you can track if the jungler is going to invade, especially if bot lane puts a ward in the bottom area.
Yeah, and it's 100 gold right now. As a mid laner, okay, stay for half an extra wave, buy pink ward on your first back, and keep your jungler and yourself safe.
I mean, when I talked earlier, I wasn't saying the pink wards are bad. I was wondering why she bought it on the first back because.
And also didn't use it. They still lost red buff. It's not like they were using it to scout for invades.
That was like the only reason I was surprised.
Okay, I have a kill onto Leona here. That just turned it. That happened because of level 6 advantage on Ashe. They grabbed the Leona. They didn't care that it's a tank. Just chain your CC, get the damage in there. Vayne can't actually join that.
They just dived and ranked on top.
Yeah, Renekton's getting a little bit bullied here. He's 17 CS to 45. Yeah, they're just not going to be able to stand up to that at this point. Yeah, 4 kills on Jace.
Going down mid. Oh, we'll flash the Oriole. He'll really get away.
If I were him, I would have tried to wait for a Nocturne Fear to land, because you know that he has a body slam as well as a flash to try and get out of your ult. And Nocturne was in range. Vayne still hasn't bought. She's only 27 CS, but I don't know what she's waiting for. Is she waiting to like finish a complete item? If you're behind items like this, you need to get some way to get back into the game.
Like maybe she's if she just sees like.
There's a fight going on in the jungle here. Leona roams up, catches Nocturne out, and looks like Udyr should get this. Maybe not. Nope, Orianna is able to save him. Good roam coming out by Leona though.
He doesn't have rooftop, that's.
Oh, Blitzcrank needs to work on his grab a little bit.
So he's just gonna flash over the wall to save.
Yep. And it looks like Ashe may actually win this. Yeah. Udyr is out for blood, but I don't think he's going to be able to get anything. As we mentioned earlier, Ashe, how are you going to get to that as an Udyr?
Who picked first, Ashe or Udyr?
Honestly, I don't remember, but I feel like Udyr was not necessarily a first pick, but very early in pick order.
Well, yeah. See, I'm looking at Ashe's third pick, so that means that he picked Udyr before. So that's that's good thinking on the
definitely.
part.
I don't know if they did that just as a counter pick or if they just really like Ashe. I don't know what it is, but we have like 3 of my viewers who all they play is Ashe. It's so funny because no one plays Ashe, but all of my viewers do. It's Ashe and Diana. That's all they play. And fucking Katarina. And then they join workshops and get like 40 kills, and it's stupid.
There's a Nocturne gank on bot lane. Save this.
Where's the Ashe arrow? I would have led with it.
Oh yeah, I would have led with that. That's who they're gonna go for now.
They're gonna get this double kill, but that could have been played better. I would have led with the Ashe ult because she was off screen. Gragas is coming in behind here. I would expect Nocturne to be able to spell shield any sort of ult he throws out. No, Udyr's here now, so they're not going to be able to fight this.
Yeah, I would not.
That was a good ult, but he felt his body slam, so he wasn't able to get back in range.
Ooh, that's not a very good body slam.
No, he missed his first body slam. He used it like into a wall rather than over the wall, and then he walked straight into a blitz hook and got burst. Just a little bit sloppy play. Jace going ham on top lane again. Unfortunately, there's not much to say about that top lane. I'd love to offer this Renekton advice, but there's just not much to say here. He's built somewhat properly. He's got Ninja Tabi. He's got his Doran's shield. Honestly, though,
I would not have gotten the long sword. I guess he just wanted some damage. I guess.
I'm assuming he's trying to get some lifesteal. But if you don't have enough to finish the lifesteal, I would go flat tank. And see, even right now, he's staying in essentially melee range to pick up 1 farm, and he's probably going to die for it here. Oh, great flash coming up from Jace.
Not very good Osprey ult.
Also good job on the Renekton ult, because he ulted right as Jace was about to get off the final auto attack to kill him.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure that
good,
was a bait though. It looked like a cooldown, but yeah.
That
That
was
was
very
good.
well
I mean,
done by
I
both
mean,
sides. That Jace
smart
flash
on
was
him, though.
beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, I play top lane mostly, so I probably would have just opted. Yeah, Ninja Tabby, Duran Shield. Lifesteal wouldn't do anything because Renekton has
You're gonna
I
be
think,
zoned.
quite a low base attack speed as well as doesn't really scale well off like lifesteal items. Looks like he's going for a brutalizer. Yeah, I don't recommend that.
Oh yeah, definitely no.
Especially if you're this way behind, it's not going to do you any good.
Yeah. Another kill onto Nocturne. I would... Oh, they already took Dragon. I did not do that properly.
Oh my god, you got looked like Purple Team got Dragon about a minute and a half ago.
Okay, I'm apparently blind. I apologize, guys. These blitz hooks just aren't... Like, he's landed one or two good ones, but they just seem to be a little off. He also really likes doing this pink ward in the tribush. You don't pink ward the enemy tribush because you can't defend that pink ward. And then, yeah, you're grabbing onto yourself. You're completely out of position here.
They get the kill though. So that
They
looks like they're
did,
gonna
but
favor
that was sloppy. I think they're going to be able to turn this, though. Now that Nocturne's here and that Ashe arrow worked.
Right now. Question is, I think Ashe might die for this.
It's debatable. Yeah, she got the final auto attack in there. Oh.
Yep. Nope. Looks like yeah, she died.
I thought the slow was going to be enough, but I forgot. Udyr has a little mini dash now on his stun.
Jace is Roman. This is what you really want to do as a top lane. Once you've dominated a lane this hard,
Renekton's gonna
there's
get
not
onto this
really
Gragas.
much else you can do to like get him even more behind because he's just so behind.
Mm-hmm.
So it's usually good to roam down. If you see dragons up, just come down mid, push mid. So that forces them to either send their top lane, mid, and then you kill him, or they had to concede dragon.
Exactly.
Like right now, see, there's two mid.
There's a great Orianna ult.
Very good Orianna ult.
I would. Oh, she lives through the final tick of both red buff and ignite. In the meantime, Renekton's getting a little bit of farm up here. I don't think it's going to make any difference for him to be able to get back into the game, though.
Renekton's one of those champions where it's very hard to fall behind with because it was like a huge amount of like innate sustained damage. But like once you do fall behind, it's almost impossible to get back into the game. That's the problem with this kid.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's stealth. Good turn with the Ashe ult. It worked out for the best. That was a nice attempted play, though, by Vayne, but she didn't have the jungle warded, or her and her support didn't have the jungle warded, so they couldn't see the Nocturne coming in to just dive on them as soon as they wasted stuff on Blitzcrank. Also keep in mind, guys, that we do have an RP giveaway open right now. We're drawing the prize at the end of this game at by 4 p.m. You just need to type 1000 in Twitch chat and be following the stream. Udyr losing his red buff. Oh, he's going to get completely caught out here. If you suspect they're in their jungle, don't go alone. Talk to your team, communicate with them. Who rushed Boots 3? Oh, Gragas rushed all Clarity Boots. No. You're behind, and you're not getting farm. Rush an early Athene so you have the cooldown reduction to make plays, and you have the mana to constantly push mid lane. That'll let you one-shot caster minions, and then you can just go roam, farm jungle, do something to get back in the game.
Yeah, I didn't think Gragas was that behind, but it's, yeah, he is. Wow.
Yeah, he's... I think it's
Extremely
because he
behind. I
keeps
thought
trying
yeah,
to
he was,
roam.
like- yeah.
Honestly, he's roamed bottom at least 2 or 3 times. It's never worked out for him, really. And Orianna's just constantly pushing. I know, he's just losing so much farm. If I were Blitzcrank there, just activate your speed boost and use your knock-up to secure a grab. Completely missed Gragas ult there. Honestly,
Gragas ult
why was
down.
he ulting? Even if you landed it, who are you going to fight? Great combo of ults there from Purple Team. Knowing that the Gragas ult was down, you don't have any disengage left besides just like the Jace hammer.
Yeah, I've actually had a lot of people tell me that to not you don't build tier anymore on Jace.
No. It's same
Because
with
the
Kha'Zix.
Q poke isn't as good anymore, and rather the E and the W are actually where like the damage is now.
For sure, yes. And same thing with Kha'Zix. I know a lot of Kha'Zix still try and rush a tier. Don't. Just go for early mid game, and then snowball that advantage into proper items rather than being like, well, I'll just stack up my tier really quick. No, that puts yourself behind.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, yeah, blue team just got caught way out there with a combination of the Orianna ults and the Ashe arrow. Great job by purple team for pulling that off. I just think that blue team's a little bit in too close. They need to be a little bit more passive. Good dragon timer there, knowing that, okay, it's up. We took it last time. Let's just push our advantage. Get that extra global gold. You're 80% sure Gragas is trolling? It's possible, but you have to remember these are bronze mids. Like, I'm pretty sure he's, what, bronze 3, bronze 4?
Yeah, I mean, hey, Orianna's bronze. Wow, she does not. I mean, she's. I haven't seen anything spectacular, but I mean, I wouldn't
I'm pretty sure she's
expect
bronze
that,
5. It's probably her main champion, though.
Okay, that's true.
Yeah. She's doing very well, so good for her. I would have suggested
Yeah.
she push her early game auto attack advantage, though, because she was not harassing Gragas. And I had to complain
It
about
doesn't
her,
matter
her
in the
flask
end.
as well.
She still fell behind pretty bad. I would say this. I mean, there's still a chance that because a lot of the money on purple team is on Orianna and Ashe.
Mhm. Which is where you want the gold. But if you look at their team, the only real beefy character, Nocturne is building Assassin. So the only tank they have is Renekton. So it really boils down to how well everyone else plays. It looks like Blitzcrank is going for a... Oh, wait. No, they're not going to fight top. It looks like
I mean,
Blitzcrank's...
they could have turned it around on that, but I guess they didn't know where the rest of his team was. But
Yeah.
if they did decide to not back off, that could have been a dead Blitzcrank.
Mhm. Just in case
that was
this...
a bit risky on his part.
Yeah. Just in case this Gragas is new with him, I would have suggested if I were him, you have essentially 3 or 4 main items you want on Gragas. You want Deathfire Grasp, because it allows you to completely 100 to 0 someone with your combo. You want Hourglass, because it allows you to use your combo, become invulnerable, and then use an escape or a second combo even. And you want a Lichbane if you're able to get in melee range. You also, sorry, 4th item, also a Fiends or even just a Chalice, because you need that mana regen. It also gives you tankiness and a little bit of, a lot of cooldown reduction. So those 4 items are pretty much all that Gragas cares about, and it's worth delaying yourself to rush out. Gragas
And
barely
that's
escapes
golden
this
out of
Ashe
boots.
while purple team cleans up the mid lane team fight. Ashe ends up getting the Gragas as well. So it looks like they're going to be able to take this mid tower. Maybe even inhib tower, depending on how much they want. They can easily take it, it's just how much they want to risk. I also would
mean-
suggest Orianna needs to be shielding whoever's targeted by the turret. Yeah, she did at the end. Vayne is just sitting bot lane, that's not a good sign. That being said, I kind of understand why she is. 2 people cannot defend versus 5 people, even under a tower. They have too much CC, you cannot risk that.
I agree. Probably better for her to actually not going back into that team fight and just farm.
Yeah, I'm not even sure how much farm she got out of that, but she's behind enough that, yeah, just you need your core items. She has her Blade of the Ruined King now. It looks like she's going to finish up Boots 2, and we'll see what she tries to build after that, depending on how long this game goes.
Well, I think she's actually going to go for a Zeal, since she actually didn't have money. She had enough money to get Boots 2, so it looks like she's actually just going to go straight for Zeal.
That would be likely, yes. Nocturne catches Udyr out, decides to turn around when he sees Leona coming in. And also Jace coming in. I'm surprised they're not taking this top tower. They seem to be baiting for kills on purple team, rather than just taking a tower. Vayne's now up here along with Jace. That's going to turn into a free kill onto Nocturne. Just a little bit caught out. They're going to be able to turn in easily pick up this Renekton.
A kind of a silly barrier there coming out of Vayne, but...
Yeah, barrier not needed when you're that full health. He doesn't have damage. He has sustained damage, but he doesn't have burst. Also, worth noting that Renekton has gone for the Sunfire Cape Brutalizer. We mentioned earlier, you're so far behind, why are you building damage? Like, Sunfire Cape, fine, sure, it's a defensive item that gives a lot of stats and a little bit of offensive power at the same time, but Brutalizer, definitely don't agree with that. Great Orianna ult.
Nice Oriole.
That was a beautiful Orianna ult. Set up the Ashe perfectly with her volley just to pick up that free kill. Ashe is going to chase down Vayne, and the rest of them know enough to turn on to Leona rather than sending 4 people after a kill that's already going to be secured. So good communication on purple team. I'm also not sure how I feel about Face of the Mountain now. The active on it just isn't very good. It still gives a lot of gold, but it just doesn't quite have the same punch that it used to. If I were Leona, I would have gone to the Shrelias or the Sun Disc or whatever it's called. Because it gives you...
I think Face of the Mountain's good when you have an all-in team, but the problem is blue team really doesn't want to all-in because they're behind. So Shrelias would definitely be better just to get like that added escape ability.
Well, the weakness on their team is that they don't have peel. So you get a Shrelias and you have a really strong peel every 60 seconds. You just buff your team, walk away.
Yeah,
early Baron on purple team. Also worth noting, they used their pink ward before they did it. If it's an early Baron, do not do it when there's wards up.
Oh, that disrespect coming out of Blitz.
Yeah.
That's kind of a dick move.
I would
On the other
expect
hand,
purple
very
team to
nice
just
bait.
end the game now.
They can easily do that. They got 3 people are down. It's just a very the only people are left are like a Jace and Vayne, which are very squishy.
Yeah. Orianna again not shielding the person tanking and then wastes her ult.
To be fair, Renekton did flash out of that.
Yeah.
Kind of nice
I just
play.
think
it doesn't really matter because they're gonna win the game right here.
well, no, the enemy team's respawning now, and they're low, used all their ults, and their AD carry's dead. I would expect blue team to be able to hold this out now.
Oh, that was very low respawn timer.
Yeah.
It's only 25 minutes in the game. Yeah, they're going to be able to defend this. They were going to take those 2 Nexus towers.
They were able to take the Nexus towers, but if they played slightly more passively, Orianna used her shield effectively, they would have just been able to end the game right there.
Yeah, I agree. If Renekton hadn't dived and then had forced to blow all his escapes and all his ults to survive.
Yep.
And if Orianna had been able to use her ults effectively, they would have been able to end the game right there. I agree completely.
Yeah, blue team, I think this is pretty much over for them. That being said, their inhibitor just respawned, so I still don't think they're going to win, but they do have an opportunity to at least make a play at this point. I would expect them to be moving towards Baron as they are, not Baron, Dragon as they are, and maybe be able to catch someone out, dependent on how well purple team communicates. They might be able to get a kill or 2. Yeah, see that Jace poke coming out on a essentially 0 defense Nocturne? Doesn't even do a 5th of his health. And it's not like Jace is that far behind. He was actually the one who was fed. He has 10 of their 16 kills.
He has he has 230 AD, so that's quite a bit.
But if you notice, Nocturne, he has 0 defense items, except for, well, a Ruby Crystal, which I don't think really counts. And
Yeah,
Jace...
it's just they really nerfed the poke on Jace.
Yeah. He's pretty much an all-in
To the point where
champion
it's
now,
quite
and at that point, play
negligible,
someone
actually.
else. Okay, they're gonna just, I would expect, just walk through and end the game now. They all have their ults up except for Nocturne now. Good hook coming out from Blitzcrank. He seems to be adjusting. I think it was just, he might have been a little bit rusty with Blitzcrank, because his early hooks were a little bit sloppy. Great Ash Arrow again, and now they need to end the game. Aw, poor
That's
Lizard
GG.
Wizard. Okay, so good game, everyone. Keep in mind that we are doing our RP giveaway now. If you have not entered yet, please go to the Twitch chat, type in 1000, and make sure that you're following the stream. We're going to be giving that away in just a minute, at 4 p.m., so yeah, 2 minutes from now. We're going to go ahead, jump into another game. If you would like to compete in our ranked workshops, these are shoutcast games that are all uploaded to YouTube with advice by a number of commentators. Just join the chat rooms here. So P4N mid, P4N top, P4